A YouTuber wrote this. Yes, I'm under a lot of stress and depression, and I thought I had read something in the paperwork of the defendant that the defendant said, but then I read the paperwork and it didn't say that. How did I read something that wasn't there? I feel like an idiot. Now I have to retract what I said.
I get it. Filing a lawsuit is not easy. In fact, it's difficult. And I've said this in my videos, but I've also said it's doable. So to the commenter, you are not an idiot. You made human errors. I remember 31 years ago when I started practicing law, I made a lot of errors, including Scrivener's errors, and I had to learn how to correct them. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to look at the Scrivener's errors, how to correct them, and to make a distinction between whether your error is a Scrivener's error or some other error, because that's important. So let's get started.
What is a scrivener's error? A scrivener's error is an unintentional minor mistake in a legal document, such as a typo, wrong name, or incorrect number that does not reflect the actual intent of the parties. Whether the instrument is a contract, a deed, or an employment discrimination lawsuit. Write your intent clearly. That's the point here. And to help illustrate the importance of making your intent clear, we're going to look at two old cases. Watch this. The first case is the 1631 Wicked Bible. In 1631, London's royal printers, Robert Barker and Martin Lucas, mistakenly printed a rare edition of the King James Bible, notorious for a printing error in the Ten Commandments, Exodus 20:14, that omitted the word not, making it read, "Thou shalt commit adultery." This mistake sparked outrage, resulting in a $300 fine, revocation of the publisher's license, and a recall of the roughly 1,000 copies printed. In this next case, I titled License to Shoot. In 1953, 19-year-old Derek Bentley was hanged at Wandsworth Prison in London, England, on January 28, 1953. He was executed for his role in the murder of P.C. Sidney Miles, despite not firing the fatal shot himself. This case is a famous example where the written record of Derek's shout, "Let 'em have it," was interpreted by a jury as instruction to kill, despite his accomplice holding the gun, a fatal interpretation error in the legal narrative. So let's talk about how to fix the error. 1. You want to confirm that the error is clerical versus a misunderstanding. For example, remember, fixing the error is not used to change a party's legal intention, only to make the document reflect that original intention. 2. Consult with the opposing party before filing the scrivener's affidavit. You must get the opposing party's consent. If opposing party consents, file your affidavit with, quote, the parties' joint motion to file plaintiff Scrivener's affidavit, end quote, or something like that, showing you consulted and agreed to the affidavit being filed. If opposing party does not consent, it becomes an oppositional motion. Quote, plaintiff's motion to file Scrivener's affidavit dash opposed by defendant, end quote, or something like that, showing you consulted and opposing party did not consent. The point here is that you made a good faith effort to get opposing parties' consent before formally filing the motion and affidavit. This is typically required in the federal courts. 3. Generally, a scrivener's affidavit includes the mistake, the correct information, and an attached copy of the original document. 4. Always read the rules, federal, state, and local, to ensure you are compliant with the substantive and procedural requirements of the motion and affidavit. Now, this is an example of a scrivener's affidavit. This is Georgia. So, of course, you want to select the format that your jurisdiction requires. Okay, and remember that this affidavit will be attached to the motion, whether it is a motion where both parties consent or whether it is a motion where one party does not consent and it becomes an oppositional motion. Hey, you are going to make mistakes, and that's okay. Just move towards fixing them, okay? I'm Advocate Lucinda, your empowerment lawyer, and until next time, take care.